Saltfish, look at this. Nice thick piece of saltfish. All right. I'm going to use this today and create a lovely traditional Jamaican meal. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get some heat underneath that. What I'm going to do meanwhile, I'm going to wash some of the salt, as you heard the name, saltfish. I'm washing off, God, believe me, this thing, salt. Some people put it to soak overnight. I didn't bother to soak it overnight. I'm going to boil it because I want him boiled down, get rid of the sauce, the salt off it. All right. And then I'm going to put it in this pot. But even though I'm putting it in a pot, I'm going to get some more water ready for this. All right, I'm just catching some water over the next side. All right, the water already set up. Thank you very much. Yeah, basically, I'm gonna cook some saltfish and fried dumpling today. So that's what I'm going for. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And when it comes in, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right, so we have the saltfish over there. We're gonna get things moving in a different way. Thank you very much. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I have another bowl. Let me get my other bowl, which I'm gonna, now when I'm making my dumpling, let me just shut this door. When I'm making my dumpling, I always use a recipe which I develop. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So I normally use a recipe which I develop for my dumpling. That means I'm not making any mistake. So this is my personal recipe. And when you make your recipe like this, it stops you from messing up. All right, we're all right with that. This will give me a couple dumpling well, but still will be all right. All right, so I'm making fried dumpling. So if you comes in and you don't see me respond to you quickly, what basically I'm making here is fried dumpling. I'm just gonna put my scale like this here, and then I'll deal with that when I finish. All right, so just be patient with Linden. Thank you very much. All right, inside here, I have my sugar and a bit of salt. So each time I put stuff in, I mix them around. Meanwhile, what I'm gonna do, because I have the saltfish here, I want this to boil. I'm going to take this off and I'm going to start put a little bit of heat in the pan what I'm going to fry the dumpling with. All right, so we're going to get our dumpling ready before the saltfish. So that's the pot I'm going to use for the dumpling. Just going to turn him up a little bit. Now in this, thank you very much. Thank you, Don, thank you. Appreciate you all. And guys, once it comes in, all you have to do, press the like button. It's easy to do. And feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right, so we're finished with that. Put the cornmeal in. And we're gonna stir him wrong. If you don't like the cornmeal, don't put it in. Just leave it out of it. All right. Now I'm gonna add my baking powder in. So everything I use measurement. So when you do it like this, less problem. You're going to make it again, just use your recipe. It's very important. So I want this to cook once this start boil. So I'm working on the dumpling first and then I'm gonna jump to the saltfish. Butter. You can either use butter or you can use milk. Now I'm gonna use a spoon of butter in that. I have my water here. So normally I need, this water is a little bit too much. So I'm gonna use judgment. I could measure it because I know the amount I normally put in the other one. So I'm gonna use judgment. What I'm gonna do, use one hand. What I'm doing, working the butter in the flour. Normally when I'm making a big batch, I use a mixer. All right, so for those of you just coming on, today's menu is gonna be fried dumpling, Jamaican traditional fried dumpling, but Linden style. All right. So we have the flour, so fried dumpling, and it's gonna go with some lovely saltfish. You don't wanna have saltfish in it, just steam some fish or whatever you have, just go for it. You can scramble some eggs. All right, once this crumbled and it look like breadcrumbs, you seen that? That means the butter go through it. I'm gonna form a little well there, and I'm gonna start gently with my hands, get the flour in. This, in the Caribbean, we call this, we're kneading the dumpling. In another term, I'm mixing everything together or incorporate everything together. All right, we're gonna repeat the same process. If you notice, when you're seeing it look like this, don't be fooled by it because there's moisture in it. So I have my little tactics which I use. Once I catch everything, what I'm trying to do, make sure there's not much dry flour in the bottom. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm making dumpling. Yeah, I have some cornmeal in it. I don't like mine with too much cornmeal, but I like mine kind of bit of smooth. I don't like my dumpling too dry. So I tip a little bit more water in it. And keep an eye on it because you don't want this too dry and you don't want it too wet. All right. So soon I'm gonna start knead him up, but I need a little bit more water in it. You notice at this point I'm not putting a lot of water. All right, now if you notice, the bowl getting cleaner and cleaner, well, that means you're on your way. I'm just going to use my hand and I'm going to knead this in. And at times, if it gets too sticky, just get some flour in it. I want this to come together. So I'm going to lift this up because what will happen here, you see that's a saltfish in it. I'm going to pop the kettle on because this saltfish here, as you heard the name, it's saltfish. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to strain the water off this and I'm going to add some more hot water onto that. So you need to knead this up. Once it comes in, guys, thank you. Thank you very much, Sid. Thumbs up the live and feel free to like, share, subscribe to the channel. So at the moment, I don't need this water, so I'm just going to rest it here. What I normally do, taste my dough. Even though I've used the proper recipe which I want to use, so make sure you knead them properly. All right. So this, I want to turn this down. I don't want this too hot. So this, I don't want it too hot. If this gets too hot, just take it off. So that's how I do my dumpling dough. Now the thing with this is quite a bit. I'm not going to eat off all of this, so I'll probably make some good size, but I'll see how it goes. So with this, it depends on the size you want. Yeah, I'm going to taste this water. Because it's saltfish, you know, it's salt, so you have to make sure it's boiled out properly. All right. So depends on the size dumpling you want. For this particular, what I'm doing, I don't need them too big. And worse to worse, you know, you can, if you want them the same size, this is just personal. You don't have to do it like this. I'm not telling you to do it like this. So this is like 300 grams. Yeah, so I'm not telling you to do it like this. You don't have to. Just make it yours. But I'm like that at times. Sometimes I like my things a little bit different. So ensure when you're making your dumpling, just go for it. Just make it yours. All right. So we have, we have 5 of this. So 5 should be all right. And then I'm gonna make some bigger one. Okay. So that's it. All right, we're gonna knead this up now. I just have the flour here, just in case if I need the flour. So I want to personally start work on these ones first. And that's how we're gonna do it. All right. So I want them like this. And I'm gonna show you a different way you can make this up. You know, typically, Jamaican food take time. But when you sit to eat it, you will enjoy it. It takes time. Just like you make a good sauce, a good demi-glace, it's going to take time because that stock going to boil for 8 hours. You get some lovely marrow bone and stuff like that. All right, so these, I want them the same size. No bigger, no smaller. I'm going to knead this up. Thank you much. Thank you very much, Sid. You see from when the saltfish boiling, because this thing I'm going to strain it off now. After I strain it off, I'm going to put some water over it. Next thing I can do with this, roll them up like this, like you're making a bread rolls. I will flatten them out. All right. So we have that there. So these ones are some bigger ones. I have some peppers cut up already. I did have some peppers and onion left over. So I will show you how I'm going to execute the saltfish. With the saltfish, I have some, Scotch bonnet base. So I buy some mixed Scotch bonnet the other day. And I made a Scotch bonnet base here. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to kind of take this over the other side, pour this off. And I'm going to pour some more water over this. God, this thing, when I said these things. All right, what we're going to do now, I'm just going to wash my hand a little bit. Just wash off these hands a little bit and then come back on this. All right, I'm going to show you another style which I normally use, but don't steal my technique. What I do, and this is personal preference, I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll this out with a small rolling pin, okay? Just a little bit like this. Just to get the top nice and smooth. As I said, this is personal preference. You don't have to do this. For me, being as is my recipe, this is how I do them. Because I don't want them puffed up too much, because I'm going to split them. I'm going to split them a bit. And we're going to put the saltfish in it, all right? I'm going to test the oil. All right, I saw some bubbles, so that's good. And be careful, like sometimes you see in the pot, if it's bubbling too much, if it's too hot, just get on top of it. And I'm going to repeat the same process with these. These are the bigger ones. There's a good sign they start to float. What I normally do with my dumpling, even though it doesn't start catch color, I give them a flip them over. When I flip them over now, I'm gonna give him a little bit of rapid heat. Okay, you said, why would you do such a thing, Linden? What I do is, why I don't do it on a rapid hot heat. It's slow, it let the baking powder activate what it need to do. So that means you have already seen the kind of double in size. So now I turn the gas up to really put some heat in it to get him cooked through properly. All right, so over here, I have some peppers already cut up. So now this is what I'm waiting on. So I'm gonna test that and see how the saltfish doing. So over here, I have some water over here. So I'm just gonna remove this a little bit. I'm just gonna, okay. So the saltfish, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it in some cold water. While I have it in the cold water there, I'm just set these bits properly. Keep an eye on this now. Give him another bit of turn. Let's keep an eye on it. So the dumplings, I'm just gonna put them in this baking tray, that cake pan, when they finish. What you need to do now, watch this. Just turn this down. Turn the gas down. Give them another bit of turn. You see they start to catch color. The oil is hot. A next trick, because the oil is hot and I want they catch nice color, we'll just put a couple of these jumbo dumpling in. And what that gonna do, if I can find another space, I need him to have a little bit of space. That slow the oil down a bit, because each time you add stuff to it, you know, it slow it down a little bit. But you want these to soak through properly. You turn them again. So it's all about the process. All right, now I have the saltfish here. You need to, what we call in Jamaica, that we said we're picking up the saltfish. All right, so I'm just checking the skin here. I'm gonna get another little bowl. 1 second. I have everything locked on. I'm gonna put this in the middle here. All right, so we're gonna pick him up. On this, there's a little bit of funny scale. We're gonna scrape this off in this bowl. When you buy saltfish, don't buy the tail part. I normally buy the tail part, but sometimes the tail part, they're not nice. All right, we're gonna pick this up. But while I'm doing that, I'm watching the pot there. All right, I'm gonna dry my hands. And the reason why I'm doing that, this is oil and you don't want the oil dropping this. The water dropping the oil. You see even the big ones catching some lovely color. All right, couple of minutes. I'm gonna turn this back up now. I'm revving a little bit. All right, we're picking this thing up now, the saltfish. What I'm doing, I'm getting rid of the bone and stuff. So those of you coming on the menu today, I'm making a Jamaican fried dumpling, traditional fried dumpling with a bit of cornmeal in it and some saltfish. This is traditional in Jamaica. I haven't eaten this in a while, but the other day I feel for it. All right, we're gonna check that again. We make sure him have some nice color on this. Once it comes in, guys, remember to thumbs up live. You know, show some support. I like when they're nice and crunchy. I don't mind going back and forth. So this thick piece of saltfish, this one is a little bit more, just this little piece is actually 6 pounds for this. But when you're eating it, it's a massive difference. You notice while I'm doing that, I'm just have my eyes on this. This going into a crunchy golden stage now. All right, we're picking this up. Thank you very much. We're gonna turn this down now. All right, there's not much on this, so you can't do much with this. All right, we're gonna take our dumpling out. Okay, I'm gonna show you something again. We're gonna get rid of this water because you see the thing with this, I'm gonna try it. I'm a little bit salty. We're gonna wash him off again. Pour some water. Remember what I said? You know, these food, Jamaican food, they take time. The good thing, these dumplings will be ready so that when I take them up, ready to cut through to them. So we have only one left in that. We're gonna put some more water in this. There's something I'm gonna show you now. It's very important. A strainer. So we have our strainer here. Make sure you can see everything. Let me get my other trouser just to wipe up here. Once it comes in, guys, thumbs up the live. You know, just show some support. Watch this. You see this? As I said, this thing is salty. So we're washing off the salt out of this. Otherwise, I'm telling you, if you try to heat this like this, you're not going to enjoy it. So we try to get as much salt. As you hear the name, saltfish. I'm washing him out. And this saltfish here is very versatile. When I said versatile, versatile. All right, I'm going to squeeze that there. I'm going to strain him another little time. All right. We'll lift that out. And we'll put him back there. With the dumpling, we'll flick him over. I'm gonna show you something because I think I want to use the same pot because that pot have space. So with this, we're gonna squeeze this out. 1 second, let me just try. This is for me, so if you see me tasting, it's for own purpose, not for business. You hear me not saying anything? Need to watch him on second time. When I said this thing, it's what it called. That's why I said saltfish. That's why my mom normally soak this overnight. I want to wash off most of the salt out of it. All right. All right, we're gonna see how I'm doing now. All right, 1 second. Let me just kind of, clean up a little bit here. Just some things what I don't need. I'm just cleaning up here a little bit. All right. All right. Then I'm gonna get another one to just wipe there a bit. Or the perfect one is blue roll. Just get the oil off here so I can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm squeezing this thing out. You see how much work in that? Look a bit better. All right, guess what happened now? This is the nice part. What I'm gonna do, I want to use back this same pan. You have to be careful when you're doing this, This oil, hot, when I mean hot. All right, what I'm gonna do, give him a little bit of quick rinse out, because the debris is there. We don't want any debris and stuff like that in him. All right. Now we're back in business. Now, what I'm gonna use in this now, I'm gonna use extra virgin olive oil, just enough to cover the pot, and you'll be shocked. You're gonna shock with something. Not because you're seeing I pour so much in. This thing gonna absorb the oil. Don't play with it. You don't even want to start it on a high fire. We have some peppers here and some onion, yeah? But what I'm gonna do, they're julienne. So what I want to do, I'm going to chop them up a little bit. And I'm going to put a garlic in this. So one nice fresh garlic. If you're saying where's the Scotch bonnet, that Scotch bonnet there in it. That's my Scotch bonnet base. So I'm just going to rough chop this a little bit. All right, I'm going to get a bit of fresh thyme. Let me just rinse this off a bit. All right, so we have fresh thyme. See, when you're a chef, it's different. I can smell the olive oil. When you smell olive oil, take it off the fire. Don't play with it. Olive oil burn quicker than the normal oil. You'll be surprised. It'll even catch fire on you. All right, we have some thyme in there. So that should be all right. What I want to do now, I'm gonna get myself a wooden spoon. I'm gonna leave this here because, as I said, I don't want this too hot. You don't want them too hot. We're gonna put this in now. We're gonna put him back over there. What I'm doing now, increase the gas, and I'm gonna sweat this off. I could easily put some black pepper in it, but I don't have to at the moment. But you see in this here, this here is Scotch bonnet base. I blend out, and I really don't want to put too much in it because, you know, that thing catch you. You know. What I'm doing here, I'm sweating them off, soften them a bit. So this, I finished with this for the time being. I'm gonna get plate, get my plate ready. Basically, I'm just softening this a bit, soften them, cook them a little soft. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add my saltfish in. Now, if it need a little bit more oil, as I said, I'm using olive oil, which olive oil is way more healthier than the normal oil. But this saltfish here, it's gonna absorb the oil, and you'll see. You seen that? It's already gone. We're gonna put a little bit more oil in it. It's good for you anyway. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. So with this also, you can put, you can add a little bit of tomato if you want. Just to I buy some tomato this morning. Okay, so we're gonna turn this down. Thank you all for all who subscribe and like and leave positive comment. Thank you very much. So this is all personal preference. Just gonna drop a little bit of tomato just for contrast and color. And then this is good to go. Okay, so this is all good to go. So we'll turn that off. Okay, now is the interesting part. So I'm using about 3 of these. Yeah, all right, we're gonna go in. A lot of people don't understand this. This is traditional. You know, each individual have the traditional of their country. So what I'm going to do here now, we're going to lift this up and we're going to pad this with saltfish. And you put him back on. You can leave him at an angle like this. There you go. We'll leave them at an angle. A little bit of color sticking out there. And then this with a cup of mint tea or hot chocolate. Yeah. I just said hot chocolate. I'm going to make sure I treat myself today. So there you have it, guys. You get your plate. This one look like it could take a little bit more in here. So we have 3 of them on the plate here. All right. And then, where's my trouser? And then if you want a bit of avocado, in Jamaica we call this pear. But you know, these, I don't know where these come from, but trust me, some of them, they're rusty, I'm telling you. It's like they're not nice. So let me see what I can do with this one. I buy this in Dardford yesterday, and I'm telling you, there's so much bits on them. You know, they're not that nice, but you know, is what it is. With this, we're just gonna score them like this. Where's my thing? We have that one. So a little bit of black pepper on that. And a little bit of chili flakes. Yeah. So that's how we're gonna rock him up. And then you just put him right there. Look at this. For those who know how important this is, they will, because not everybody will know how important this is. This is a treat and a cut above the rest. All right. So what can you have with this? All right. We're gonna deal with something. I'm gonna treat myself because today I have a long day today. Long day today. The other day I buy some chocolate. But the chocolate I buy is not nice. When I said not nice, and it wasn't cheap either. So I'm gonna make up a hot cup of cocoa. I'm gonna do this on a world-class Olympic level. All right. We're gonna tip a little bit of sea salt in this. Don't put too much. All right, where are you? Where are you? Wow, here you go. Man, this thing look like it's stuck. Bit of hazelnut syrup. Mix him around a bit. I'm going for it. Once it comes in, guys, thumbs up the live. This is all Jamaican style, I'm telling you. We're locking this down. Condensed milk. All right, this one gonna surprise you now. Where are you? You know what this is? Oat milk. There's a dash of that. The hot water over this. And give him a bit of stir. And then you have my nice cup of hot chocolate to go with this. Look at that. This is what you call the real lockdown. Okay? Put this back. So, you know what time is it now? I'm gonna eat this now. This is so lovely. Look at that. Hot cup of chocolate. Some dumpling. Dumpling with saltfish, stuffed dumpling. It's with saltfish in it. Was gonna buy ackee yesterday, but I didn't feel for any ackee. All right, I'm gonna give you a close-up shot, and hope you guys appreciate this. Can't say I don't learn something. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for the visit. Look at that. Just look at that. I'm gonna work on this now. That's the avocado there, with a bit of black pepper and some cayenne pepper. Jackie 23, thank you very much, Jackie. Journey with Jackie, welcome also. And then my lovely cup of hot chocolate with oat milk. Look at that. And look over here. Don't forget this, you can't, or you to leave these out. Look at this. We call it Johnny cake, fried dumpling, or kegs. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time. And as I said, it's quite a bit of you on now. So do Linden a favor. I'm going to eat this and I'm going to load. Thank you, Tony. Troy. I'm going to load the food truck up now. So I'm going to fuel myself, because guess what happened? Once I start now, I will do another live later on if I get the time to do so. But once I start, it's non-stop, and guess what's going to happen? I'm not going to stop till probably 11 o'clock tonight. I will go to bed. I wake up 6 o'clock and I'm going to go to bed by about 11, 12 o'clock. But, a man have to do what a man have to do. I don't come from a lazy family. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching, and peace be unto you guys. Thank you all. And remember, you have, thumbs up the live and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate, peace be unto you all. As I said, you know how YouTube works. Once it comes in, you thumbs up the live, feel free to subscribe also. I'm going to get going and I'm going to eat this. Thank you all. I appreciate your time and your effort. Peace be unto you. Enjoy the rest of your day.